guys, welcome to Woke and Pretty. It's Meera and Min.
Hey.
We are here for you today, guys. I really doing Am I the A-holes, men? I really do.
I know you do.
I don't know why. I don't know if it's because it's, oh my God, the story or, oh my God, the life advice. I'm not really sure. I don't know. Hold
What do you
on.
have first before we get into it? Do you want to do shout outs?
Yes, because I wanted to say thank you to our listeners from all over the globe because guys, we see you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we see you in Australia. We see you in the UK. Belgium, man.
Yeah, I know.
Send us some chocolates, girl. To be honest, you could be a
please.
guy because we have some male followers.
Totally
So
fine too.
I don't know what we're saying, but we will take chocolates from you, sir. But listen, Spain, I studied abroad in Spain.
Yeah.
Espanol. Listen, I'm not going to do a whole podcast in Spanish, but I'm here for it. Taiwan, Germany, Philippines. I have been to the Philippines, okay?
To do the Philippines.
And I love the Philippines.
Yeah, I've heard it's gorgeous. I want to go.
Those islands, guys. I went there when Boracay was not what it is today. Palawan, God, gorgeous. Not a fan of Manila. I actually have a team that's based out of the Philippines in various locations as well. And I'm going to shout out to Australia because I lived in Australia for some time in my life. Don't know if y'all know that about me, but basically I lived in Sydney and I traveled all around Australia. And my first exposure with working with a team from the Philippines was when I worked for this company in Australia, and their outreach team was based in the Philippines. And I was like, oh, how weird, how interesting. And ever since then, I've always worked with people based out of there. It's a booming business, they're workers.
Extremely hard working in the Philippines.
They're beautiful, wonderful people. Some of my good friends today are Filipino here in New York. Same. And actually, not even gonna lie, I live in the suburbs of New York City, guys, and there is a Filipino bakery that opened up. I went straight up in there. I bought their coffee. It's almost done, so I gotta go back. I was like, I'm not gonna buy the pastries right now because I already know what's up. I already know, but they did not have my ensamaya bread. And for that, I was upset. I will continue to go to my Filipino restaurant that I be going to, and I'm the only non-Filipino one eating there. I don't care. And yes, I go with my Dominican friend. The two of us we're very worldly. Our families aren't, but we are.
Amazing.
Yeah. So we appreciate you listening to us from all parts of the world. And obviously big up to our Canadians and to our Americans. Like, you are our backbones.
Yes.
We love it. And I'm going to shout out to Nicole McGowan from Jamaica.
Yeah.
Because, girl, we saw your comment. We love that you subscribe to our YouTube video. If you are watching this one, we like you. We'll keep you. We'll keep you. Keep
so
you.
Cute.
But no, I was trying to find, I feel like, what do you guys like us to talk about? Because do you like that we talk about gossip, like celebrity gossip? Do you like our life advice? Do you like our Am I the A-hole stories that are really not our stories, but like literally Refinery 29 and BuzzFeed make livings out of repurposing those stories from Reddit? Let's be real.
Yeah.
/ Min and Meera's podcast content. I just love it. And sometimes you don't know what you're going to get. Obviously, sometimes people are triggered. Sorry. I don't know. And look, I just randomly search up some episodes.
I know. You can't help it. It is what it is.
I don't know. Sometimes it might be bust stories, but I like my life advice. I like my Am I the A-hole? And we're going to get into one today because why not?
Yes, why not? What do we got?
All right. Y'all know I don't read these before, right?
Yeah, we know.
So I did show up. So if it's a bust, listen, if it's a bust, I apologize, but I don't know. Anyway, this is a bunch of 27-year-olds, okay? There's this chick that wrote it, and she said she's getting married to her fiance in little under 3 weeks. Everything has been going amazing with the planning. That's line number one, people. Let's be real. No one says that. And she's ecstatic for the day, and her best friend, Cassie, whom she's been friends with for 10 years, since they were 10 years old, is her maid of honor. So they've known each other for 17 years.
Cute.
That's super cute. She's truly one of the sweetest people I've ever met and has stuck with me through everything. She's been the biggest help in planning this whole ordeal. I thought she said it was not bad. Girl, you already lying. Okay. She's been the biggest help in planning this whole ordeal, and I wouldn't trade her for the world. However, I've never been the biggest fan of her girlfriend, Sophie. I always show her respect and try to include her in things, but she's a huge introvert and sometimes it can come off as disrespect in return. This is her best friend Cassie's own words. But they always seem to be very happy together, so I hope she warms up to me a little in time. They've only been together for a year and a half. Okay. Several days ago, Sophie approached
girlfriend,
me.
Not got it. Okay.
Her girlfriend,
sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking like girl. Okay, cool. Okay, go on. I've caught up now.
Oh no. Oh no. Guys, it's gonna turn right now. It's gonna turn right now. Why? Okay, so her best friend's Cassie, right? So Sophie's the girlfriend. Several days ago, Sophie approached me asking me if I'd be okay if she proposed during my reception.
No.
Why would you ask that? Anyway, she claimed it would be a great way for Cassie and I to bond more, having our weddings linked and all of that.
No.
Not that we need any more time to bond. She's already my other half. I love Cassie to death, but I'd never allow that for anyone. I shut down the idea immediately. And Sophie got all pissy with me and left. She said something along the lines of, I don't need your permission anyway, and walked out the door. This has made me fearful that
she's going to do it. Anyway. She's totally doing it. She's totally doing it.
So here's where then she went to Cassie. Needless to say, Cassie was mad. I never really see her get angry, but she was livid. She apologized profusely and said she couldn't believe Sophie would ever think of doing something like that. And that was the end of our conversation. However, 2 days ago, I got another call from Sophie berating me for spoiling her plan to propose and was informed that Cassie would be attending the wedding by herself and is currently not speaking to her. I was concerned that wasn't the entire story, so I called Cassie. She was a mess, said she was staying with her parents right now and disinvited Sophie as her +1 because she was scared Sophie would have proposed anyway, given the chance, and she didn't want to ruin my wedding. I told her to come stay with me for a while instead, and she showed up several hours later, still a complete mess. She said that she and Sophie had a huge fight and she was reconsidering whether or not she wanted to stay in this relationship. According to Cassie, these huge fights are a common occurrence. I feel awful for ruining her proposal and potentially ruining her relationship. Cassie has been picking herself up in front of me and continuing to be great with the last minute to-dos, but I've caught her crying when I'm not around and I love her and I don't want her to resent me for this. So I need to know, am I the a-hole? Is there anything I can do to fix this? Oh my God, that one was heavy, guys.
I know, what the hell, Meera?
Disclosure, okay. I did not read these before.
You said it earlier.
God, I know I said it earlier. I'm reminding you.
Girl.
That's a lot.
Oof.
You know what? I will say this. Her friend Cassie, I'll say two things. Sometimes when I read these things and it gets to the point where, I had to tell my friend, I didn't know if she was going to react that way. I think she did the right thing in terms of supporting the friend that's getting married and saying, I would never want that. This is your day, whatever. What a great friend. Mm-hmm. I don't think she would have resentment, but also I don't think they broke up because of you. I think there was more to it.
I was about to say this was a long time coming.
I agree. And you know what? A year and a half, that ain't no thing. Let them work out their relationship and don't expect her to not be upset. She just is. Don't expect her to not be upset, but don't say shit. But don't say shit because they might get back together.
Yeah. Yeah. Allow what will happen to happen. But yeah, this was like the straw. This was nothing.
Do you know what I would do? If I
had told you though that like Greg was thinking about proposing at my wedding, one, that's not something you would do, but let's assume for a second, would you be upset that now you found out the plans?
No, because if you're going to be married or like getting to that point, you don't want to know when they're going to propose, but you should have an inkling that you're at that level with them. Yeah. Let's be real. If you are like completely floored, I don't know if you should get married. Like you probably weren't in that mental space where you think this is your person.
No,
like, I don't know.
And that's my other question. Like I will understand like when a girl's like has no quote unquote idea that she's gonna or when the proposal is gonna happen, but you've obviously had the conversation of a potential proposal. Like I don't understand. It always shocks me a little bit when they're like, it came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting a proposal. You guys never talked about marriage? You guys never talked about
and if you haven't, red flag? But if you haven't, you shouldn't get married. You should have conversations, even if it's not like about the how and the when and the what's coming. But it should be, you should have had conversations about your life together as an entity.
Yes.
But if that's a surprise, girl, her friend Cassie's allowed to be really upset, to be honest. But I'm really happy Cassie's not blaming her or saying anything, and actually said to her friend, there are other occurrences and this is not an abnormal thing. If I was this person who wrote in, okay, her name is Burnt Toast 29. If I was this person, I would actually go to my friend and say, I'm really sad that you're sad, and I'm sorry your relationship didn't work out. And I'm sorry that my wedding played a part in this. And I would just hear what she had to say about that to make sure that wedding, if the wedding was a catalyst, call it a catalyst. But clearly Sophie didn't understand the relationship. Like, she completely misunderstood what things were like. Conversely speaking, have you seen those wedding videos with the bride where she walks over to her friend and gives her the bouquet and you're next, and then there's a proposal? We think that's cute, right?
I do. I do think it's cute. It's also cute that the bride is okay with that happening. I don't know if I would do that at
I
my
know.
wedding,
I would be
but
okay with it if it was like my sister.
yeah, I don't know.
And if we're like close and I love the person and I can't, like, I think it would be very different. I don't know. But
It's
I
just
don't know.
something I would do. I remember one of my guy friends getting married. Yeah.
But yo, people be proposing on other people's birthdays and stuff. Oh, it's her birthday. It's Christmas. Yo, if you don't work out, you ruin that day for her. That's how I always think of it. Anytime somebody says, "Oh, I'm going to propose on her birthday. I'm going to propose on her mom's anniversary or her Christmas." Yo, I want you all to be together forever. But if it don't work out, she'll hate you forever because that holiday is always every year.
I was about to say, you've just ruined a holiday for her.
Or her birthday. I don't know why people make another random day a special day. Pick a day. If Christmas is December and she loves Christmas, but her birthday is March, make it in the middle of March and December so she has another day to celebrate the two of you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be with her on her birthday. You're going to be with her for Christmas. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't like that. Why do people do that? Be creative. Anyway, Reddit has said that she is not the a-hole.
No, the chips are going to fall where they want to fall. If things aren't meant to be, then they aren't meant to be.
The fact that her friend was like, I would never want that to happen, but the girlfriend didn't understand that.
Yeah. That to me is already like a red flag.
But can you imagine if she buckled down and was like, fine, Sophie, do it. And then they did get married and clearly they're not going to work out. Then your wedding day is always going to be the day that her ex proposed to her. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry. I feel like it's a little selfish for somebody to propose at somebody else's wedding.
I think the fact that she asked was great, but I think the fact that the bride was like, no, thank you. I love her, but no. Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. Don't be weird. Don't be wishy-washy. Like, you were upfront. I'm all about it. I'm here for it. You did your friend a huge favor. You gave her a reason to break up with the girl she wanted to break up with. How about that?
Okay, I don't know if those are the words that I would have put in to
Maybe
play,
she just needed, maybe she was unhappy.
I was going to say, maybe she needed to see the cracks in the foundation.
Maybe she freaked out because she didn't want to be married to this person and she found that she was going to propose to her. And she was like, nope. Whoop.
Very true.
Oh my God. Get your friend a gift. Oh God.
Meera.
Do you see the pure joy of me?
That's true. You do.
This? I just sent you the link. So it's going to be linked on the bottom, guys, if you want to read it. If you want to read the comments, also just check the links in this episode. I think that relationship was already failing. Just saying.
Yeah.
I love that they're good friends, though. Just saying. I like that.
Agreed.
Anyway, she did good. She could do better because she's a good person, because she understands. Boop, moving on. Okay. Ooh, what's next? Do we want to talk about husbands, ex-husbands?
Yeah.
Exes?
That feels less triggering.
What, exes? You have an ex.
Again, this is why it feels less triggering.
I don't know. This might be triggering. You have an ex. You have
Doubtful.
A person that has an ex with kids. I feel like this could be triggering.
Doubtful.
Fine, if you insist. Remember, guys, Min asked for it.
Ah!
You did.
Famous last words. Okay.
Listen, I didn't read it, so I don't know what it's about. I just saw pieces of what it's about, so whatever.
Okay.
Okay. My husband works around his ex's schedule as hers isn't as flexible as his, or so
Obviously.
she says. Yeah, are you getting triggered?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Whenever she doesn't want the kids, wants to go out, see her boyfriend, etc., we have the kids as a favor to her. But when we ask for a favor, or when I ask him to ask her to return the favor, nothing
hell
happens.
to the no.
Well, girl, you are getting triggered, but you just like this kind of triggering.
I love this stuff.
You like this kind of triggering.
I'm actually not triggered by this. I already know. I already have a feeling as to what's next. Go on.
We have the kids at least 3 to 5 times a week as she's working. Last week we had from Tuesday until this Tuesday, and she didn't tell us that the weekend was actually just a favor as she wanted to go out until he dropped them back off. So in return, I asked him to ask for this weekend for us to go away as we were both off, which up until this morning was the plan. Oh my God. Over the weekend, she invited a friend and her son over, knowing that this kid bullies her son. So asked, can we have him for the weekend? So now he's planning to bring him away with us. What? I said, I'd rather just go away on, oh my God. I'd rather just go away on the weekend as planned. But if we can't find other arrangements for their son, I'd rather not go at all. So now he thinks I'm being an a-hole. This isn't the first time it's happened. We had a night away booked, and last minute she called and dropped off their daughter, so we had to bring her with us. Just so you know, we spend a lot of time with the kids. They're with us most of the week and take day trips on weekends and a couple of holidays on half term. So it's not like I refuse to bring them anywhere with us all the time, just when it's been planned as a couple's getaway. Oh my God. Her edit is, no, I don't hate the kids. I understand he's a dad first and she's a mom first. By favor, I meant that when she last minute decides she wants to go see her boyfriend or go out by not doing his parent duties as he should. Also, I told him to just take his son away and spend the weekend with him. So is she the a-hole for not wanting to go away?
No. No.
This reminds me of the one.
It sounds like the mom takes a little bit of advantage over.
Of course. But the dad has the dad guilt.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's boundaries. There's no boundaries in place. He hasn't established boundaries. We talk about this all the time.
Yes.
Whoop. Boundaries. I don't think she's the a-hole, actually. I think our husband's the a-hole.
Not exactly the a-hole, but maybe it's just somebody who needs to start sticking up for the person that he's with, the relationship that he's in, and 2, setting boundaries with the mother of his children.
Yeah, it's okay to want to go away with your husband alone. You don't have to take kids with you all the time. And I think he's saying that she's an a-hole for not wanting to go away at all, because he's still willing to go away, just take the kid with him and his friend.
But there's a very different dynamic between going away as a couple and going away with a child.
Oh, 100%. I don't care how old that kid is. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, it doesn't matter how old that kid is, 16 or 6. It's really not going to matter how old that child is, because it's still a very different dynamic going away with a child than it is going away as a couple. Yeah. So I don't think she's, and I feel like at this point she's being a little accommodating, being like, why don't you go with your son and I'll just do my own thing.
And the husband didn't want to hear that.
Then you should tell your baby mama that you need time. Then you can't have it all, dude. You can't.
So somebody wrote, can you get arranged custody set up once a week with you both, the next with his ex? That way it's like every other week. It's not fair that you're at her mercy, and the kids need stability too, so they know where they will be. So it's not up in the air.
So listen, I don't know how it works down in the States, or where they're at, but in Canada, you can go back and rediscuss your custody agreement at any point.
Let's get into it, guys. Let's get a little bit more detail. So she said she's tried to get him to talk to her about it, but he literally believes every single one of his ex-wife's excuses. And then somebody said to her, if your boyfriend is the primary caregiver, he needs to go to court for the appropriate amount of child support. That being said, if he is doing that, then he should be committing to the hours that he is watching them. His kids are not your responsibility, so don't let him sign you up for that. I don't agree with that, but
she agreed to be in the relationship too, though.
Yeah, listen, so the girl responded, she actually claims benefits for having them full-time and the primary caregiver, but she probably only has them combined for a week out of the month. They need to set up a childcare plan and stick to it. She's taking advantage. I'm sorry.
She totally is taking advantage, but he also needs, at this point, in my mind, she's not asking for a lot. One. She's 1 weekend a month is really
She
not
as in
he
she
needs
as
to
in the
she needs
stepmom.
to step up. Yeah, he needs to step up to the plate with the mother of his children and set clear boundaries. And if not, then go back to court and rediscuss the custody agreement they have.
I agree with that. Sometimes people don't want to. Sometimes people he's trying to be a good dad. He probably feels guilty, I'm telling you.
Probably.
Some dads be like
eats
that.
away at you. Guilt eats away at you. Especially
But
when
like
there's
these
divorce
kids,
involved.
to be honest, these kids need disability to know where they are. They can't just be like, oh, I'm at dad's house and then I'm at mom's house and I'm at dad. They need to know
Well,
what
it sounds like they already know that they're going to be at dad's house. It doesn't sound like they're at mom's
they're
house.
living at the mom's,
Yeah.
but yet the mom is a primary caregiver. Problems.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Let us know. We pretty much are agreeing on both of these issues, girl.
I know.
Whoa.
I know.
Are we having a breakthrough in our relationship?
Apparently. We've reached a new level. I think it became the bond over pineapples.
Ugh, pineapple kiwi. Not jackfruit though, but I don't really eat jackfruit much.
Oh, I love jackfruit.
Meh.
Love jackfruit.
All right. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to us today. We will catch you on another episode of Woke and Pretty, but obviously send us your comments. Hit us up on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. Watch us. We don't be putting on this makeup just for anybody. Actually, do we have makeup on? Oh, yeah.
No, I don't.
I got a little bit of makeup on. Ming's just naturally luscious like that.
I need contacts. I ran out of contacts. I didn't notice. It's harder to put on makeup with glasses.
Oh, I had LASIK 100 years ago.
Yeah, I probably should have done that. Didn't do it. It's over now.
Best decision ever. All right, guys, hit us up if you have any questions about what we talked about. And obviously, listen, pass us, be a friend, share it, share this episode, write us a review. If you're on Apple, please follow us. Please follow us on Spotify and everywhere that you possibly can. We love our fans, so we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Remember, you're the heartbeat of our podcast. Your support, your comments, and your enthusiasm keeps us fired up and ready to bring you more pop culture goodness each week. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a moment of action. We'd love to hear your thoughts, suggestions, and even your own pop culture discoveries.
Connect with us on social media at Woke and Pretty Podcast on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.